Hey guys, Chris from Provo Beast Audio Installation, and in today's video we're going to be showing you how to replace the factory radio on this 2013 Toyota Sienna, and more specifically, we're going to show you how to retain the rear DVD screen with your new aftermarket radio. Let's get started. Before we jump into things, a few things to note. We happen to have a premium trim Sienna here. So not only do we have the factory navigation, and in addition, on this specific Sienna, we do have the rear seat entertainment flip down screen with the DVD player down below. And we're going to do our very best to get that retained and working with our new aftermarket head unit. Now in this video, we're not specifically showing you how to in-depth replace the radio because we covered that in the first video where we installed a new JVC receiver in this factory location. Instead, this video, we're going to jump straight to tearing apart all the panels to get to the factory DVD player in the center console, and that's where we're going to make our connections in order to retain the signal from the rear DVD screen to our new aftermarket radio. First thing that needs to come out is the trim that's kind of below our radio bezel, and really it's just trying to find leverage to pop it on out. I do have a panel tool to kind of help get up underneath here. Okay, so with that now out of the way, next panel here, we actually have to remove the gear shifter knob as well as the panel up and around it. Now, it does call for us to pull down the collar, but honestly, you can just unscrew it without taking the collar off at all. Just like that. Now, you may have a collar that still comes down. It depends on your trim and year, but in most circumstances, you can just unscrew it, and then the panel underneath it will unsnap here. And then you can disconnect the little light harness there. Now next here, this all should be held in with clips for this AC panel. Comes on down, pretty simple. Again, just disconnect the harness. And now we're up to the radio. Now the radio will have 1, 2, 3, 4 10mm bolts. What we have is a deep socket with an extension just to kind of get back in there. We don't want to drop these bolts into the dash, so the ones in the back we're going to use a magnet. Alright, so with those 4 bolts out of the way, should now allow this whole radio, just like that, as one big piece, up and over the gear shifter. And your radio itself is going to have quite a few harnesses, depending on the trim. You may have fewer harnesses. Being that we have a premium trim, we have quite a few things plugged in here. Now each harness will have some sort of locking latch. This, for example, you press in the tab, and then it slides on out. Now to get this off, it's not too bad. We're going to pop this down. Oftentimes there's going to be some sort of actuator here to dampen this so it doesn't slam open. Ours is totally missing, so we don't have to take that off. Next here, we're going to push in the sides, like so, and it should just unclip and come on out here. Next here, this plastic needs to come out of the way. Now we're going to use a Phillips here to pull this on out. There's a 10mm bolt on this bottom corner. Our last bolt's behind this kick panel here. We pop this off here, just held in with clips. There's oftentimes some sort of plastic nut that's missing on this kick panel. What we're going to do is just kind of work this piece on out. Just like that. Horn works. Alright, so that's about all we need there. Just enough out of the way. We don't have to take it totally out, so we can just pass the panel up underneath it. Okay, perfect. I just took out the one 10mm down there, and that's now out of the way enough for it to slip this panel back past it. Next here, we have to pull our center console back just a little bit. It's easiest just to pull out this panel here. Now this panel just lifts up. Just a couple of clips I got from underneath it just to pull it out. Alright, and now we have 2 bolts inside the center console as well. Next I'm pulling out these little clips here. These little round clips here. It's hard to focus, but that's where I'm pulling those out. Oh my gosh. Got it. Woo! Okay, got to it. We now have access to the harness back behind the DVD player. This is the harness I was referring to that I was doing some testing, and it's a 16-pin camera harness by Red Wolf. I needed something that had all pins occupied on both ends, because we're going to reuse this to pass all the original connections through, but it's going to allow us to tap into 6 wires for our audio and our video here. These pins 1, 2, 3, 4 are our audio, and then down here 15 and 16 are our video. We can put that up on the screen, and the factory colors in case you want to just use some T-taps and tap into that. Reutilize this one for our video. And then audio ones, I had these RCAs just left over from pack harnesses, and I stripped these back and went ahead and soldered into those connections, and that's really how I made this harness. So I'm going to go ahead and shrink the tubes down. We're going to aluminum up the harness, and this will connect into the DVD end, and then this end will connect into the harness that we removed, and this will provide our audio and video outputs to our new aftermarket radio. Here is our video harness with our audio and video outputs. Now our JVC has a 3.5 millimeter jack input for audio and video. So this is in a special access harness, which we can link if you're doing a JVC. But that's going to feed our new radio the image and audio from the DVD player, which is fantastic. Alright, so there is our harness here. And that's where our T-harness is going to plug in. And then we'll plug this harness right back into the port of the DVD player. There's our harness plugged in, ready to go, just like so. So we can reassemble this lower panel. All right, so we're finally all reassembled to the point where we're back here in the dash, ready to install a radio. We have our AV from the DVD harness, T-harness that we custom built. That'll supply that new radio, the audio and video. With all these connections covered, we're going to just go ahead and start tucking everything into the dash here. Okay, we're just going to plug in our heating and air controls real quick. Alright, so we kind of got this into place. Let's go ahead and do a test. Make sure everything's working. You want to make sure you test all the inputs, test your voice recognition, make sure everything's working 100% before you snap it all back into place. Steering wheel buttons are all working great. Got our rear DVD player is working. That cool mod works great. We got audio from it too. We got CarPlay, Android Auto. Here's our backup camera to make sure that, yep, cycles over. Perfect. So that's really it. At this point in time, let's go ahead and snap it into place. These are our heating and air controls. Alright, so it's all back together. Everything's working great. Successful install here. If you have any questions on what we did, go ahead and post a comment below. Any of the parts that we use or will recommend will also link in the description regardless of the trim that you have. We'll make sure we cover all our bases there. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. We post great content on the channel all the time. We'll see you in the next video.